The new media is taking over and dethroning companies like Disney. People making content on YouTube are about to be, for the very first time, the absolute top tier of entertainment received by the American people. Folks, it's the dawning of a new era. We have the statistics, and we'll tell you how the legacy dinosaur going extinct media is spinning this one this time. Hello, folks. What a good time we're going to have today. We're so excited to get to spend time with you. Thank you for being here on the Pro Channel, where we, as ever, explain entertainment. By the way, folks, if you like this sort of thing, consider dropping on by the Patreon. It's patreon.com/WDW Pro, where we have all kinds of exclusive content, a little bit spicier than what we like to throw out here on the YouTube channel. We'd love to see you over there if you have the opportunity. Folks, the opportunity is here for the new media, as Elon Musk calls them, to finally take the lead and never, ever give it back. Who is the new media? Well, it's you, it's me, it's everybody creating content. We'll show you what the latest is out of Nielsen right now. You talked about how Elon Musk says that we are the new media, and truly we are. Well, guess what, folks? The stats bear it out. Take a look at this. Coming to you from The Wrap, and it's by Lucas Manfredi, Disney Best YouTube with 11.1% share of total TV viewing in November. Now, this looks like it's really good for Disney, but it's really not, and we'll explain why. YouTube, which set a new platform best of 10.8%, trails the entertainment giant by just 0.3 share points. Get ready. There's some explainifying that has to happen here for you to understand what this is and why it matters, and we're going to do it right now. Disney led Nielsen's media distributor gauge for its third consecutive month in November, finishing with a total share of 11.1% of total TV viewing, with its streaming footprint accounting for 43% of its total. But YouTube gained ground during the month, setting a new platform best of 10.8% of TV viewing, trailing Disney by just 0.3 share points. Rounding out the top five were Paramount Global, which we've been talking about. Paramount is on a rise right now with a share of 9.3%. NBC Universal with 8.7% and Fox with 8.6%. Fox set a new company best share of TV for a second consecutive month, driven by 20% viewing boost at the Fox News Channel, which is dominating cable, not just cable news, but cable flat out. An 8% increase to its broadcast affiliates thanks to the final three World Series games, as well as the NFL and college football. All right, so let's talk about this media distributor gauge and what it is, because what it is not what you might think it is. Here's what the media distributor gauge means. If I watch something produced by Disney and it's on YouTube, it goes to Disney. In other words, it doesn't matter what platform it's on, it matters who made it. Now, that means also that if something from YouTube were to somehow make its way onto Disney Plus, then YouTube gets credit for it. It's whoever made it, not the platform. There's a separate thing for that. Like, we can go look at the ratings for Disney Plus, we can go look at the market share for Netflix and all that. That's not what this is. This is the original creator of the content. How much of the content that you watch on any platform whatsoever is made by these companies. Here's why this matters so much, and this is why Disney should be freaked out right now. Two things. First of all, who makes content for YouTube? The new media.
We do.
Exactly. We are the ones making the stuff for YouTube. That's us in second place. Now, not us as in the Pro Channel, or us as in Follow the Bradleys Fun, or us as in Derek Anderson or Tooneytown or whatever. Us as in the collective of everybody across the entire world making YouTube stuff. We now account for 10.8. That is a merit-based system whereby people all over the world are creating content that people love. More than 10% of the time, it's not coming from a giant studio. It's coming from the residents of YouTube creating this stuff.
Wow.
And guess what? Disney is going to fall into a lower category very soon, because here's how Disney is in the 11.1%. It's because we are currently in college football season. NFL season is here. NBA really doesn't move the needle that much. We'll have that coming out soon. Might even release that one on Christmas Day. But Disney is the recipient of a tremendous amount of sports viewing because they have deals with the NFL and college football through ESPN and ABC. So when it says that Disney is the creator of the content and that they're sitting there at 11.1%, just know that's people watching, to large extent, college sports and the NFL. It's ESPN. It's not Mickey Mouse. It's not Inside Out 2 even. It's not even Moana. To a large extent, Disney has a significant bump from sports. And anytime you watch those sports, the highlights of them on YouTube, it's going to Disney. Anytime it's played on another platform, another network to watch those sports highlights, it's going to Disney. And that season is going to wind down in the next few weeks. And when it does, Disney, without football, is likely to drop significantly under YouTube. And now we are going to be in the era when YouTube will comfortably sit atop everything else, and the new media will truly be in control of the era. Panelists, how does it feel now? You have done this. You have vanquished the House of Mouse. You are now the number one as Disney gets ready to drop. By the way, folks, this is not crazy. We watched as Disney lifted on this distributor gauge about 3 or 4 months ago when the NFL and college football came back. So we knew this was going to happen, and we know they're going to drop now. It's that we think YouTube is now rising to the place where even when Disney has these kind of things happening, YouTube's about to be in a winning position. And I think it's great for the new media. Panelists, your thoughts on this one?
I mean, it's sort of obvious, like in my own viewing habits before I was a creator on YouTube. I started watching YouTube on my television, like through Fire Stick, I think almost 10 years ago. And I, just as a viewer, common person, I'm watching far more on YouTube than any other platform or any other television channel. It's different content. It's personalized content. You can find things on YouTube you can't find anywhere else. You can ask yourself a question. What do I want to see right now? What do I need in my life? How do I change this light bulb? And it's there on YouTube. You can't do that anywhere else. I mean, yeah, there's other creator platforms. We won't mention them just in case, but there's a green one and some other ones out there. But like, I think it's because people gravitate towards the freedom of creation that this is, and creators and audience, we love that freedom and we love the honesty, and we love, when I watch Pro or DA or Jonas or Marvin or any of you guys are just watching, it's honest. It's real. It's not because some company paid you to have a particular opinion. You have your own opinion. And I think as a free society, we need that. We like that. And we don't all just want to gravitate towards just the bubble. I watch some things on MSNBC sometimes, or I watch some takes on The View. And I know where I stand when I watch them because that reinforces my opinion that they're wrong. But it's good to have it all out there so that we can all form our own opinions. Hey, does that sound right? Or does, it's like, it's what makes our society work. And it's great,
Absolutely. Derek, I want to share this. Nielsen, they launched this back in May of 2024, and we covered that the legacy media was not happy that Nielsen did this because it opens up YouTube to be compared to the old networks and all of that. They're really unhappy that YouTube is now getting put into this pile, but Nielsen doesn't have any other option because YouTube is such a huge force. YouTube is so much bigger than Disney Plus. It's even bigger than Netflix. Now that our content is being compared and getting ready to take over, man, they are furious at Nielsen. I wonder if X will come in at some point and be.
But you know what, Pro? They should be happy to see the reality of their situation. Because how else are you going to survive? You're just going to sit there with your head in the sand pretending that YouTube doesn't exist if you're MSNBC or any of these other, CNNs and all the, all these various companies. You need to see it for yourself, because a lot of these guys are blind to the fact that the media has changed. They still think they are on top, and they are what, the majority of people around the world are looking for, when it comes to getting information. A lot of these cats don't understand it's passed you by. All right. Newspapers are no longer a thing. And now legacy mainstream media on television, it's starting to go the way of the dinosaurs. So if you want to sit back and, oh, well, why did Nielsen line us up with, YouTube so that we can, see it visually and see where YouTube is at when it's compared to these other, mainstream platforms? Why did they do that? Well, you guys better understand where you're at. You really better understand where you're at, because if you don't, you're going to be gone. So it's smart, in my opinion, for them to, get in there. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a good thing for everybody that YouTube is rising, because it's more authentic, it's more honest. And again, like Ron said, you can kind of get whatever it is that you're looking for. You can, I stumbled upon a Korean soccer channel last night. It had like over 650,000 subs or whatever. And I watched it for a couple of hours because I was in, I did the translation and everything, but I was just interested in, like watching Korean soccer, a Korean soccer channel. I thought it was really interesting. And this guy was good with his, his interview style and everything. It was really interesting. And you can catch that kind of content anywhere. Anything you're looking for is on YouTube. And that's the reason why YouTube is as successful as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you this real quick, Derek, before we wrap this topic up. Megyn Kelly, I think she has probably 5 or 6 people that she works with, and she's on YouTube. She got 116 million views over the last 30 days.
Wow.
ABC News has 117 million. Megyn Kelly, by herself, is beating everybody at ABC News on YouTube. Almost. She's 1 million away. So, Derek, that's why I think they are furious about that Nielsen gauge being visible. I think
they better get with the program.
They're furious.
They better get with the program. If not, they're going to get left behind.
The legacy media is not happy that this is out there, and they're not. This is being presented as if it's a win for Disney. I'm here to tell you, it's not a win for Disney at all.
Right. When you look at the way that peer media has kind of become the norm, this was telegraphed for years. If you looked at the way that shopping had shifted, we got to the point where all of a sudden peer reviews of products became a much more effective means of gauging interest than traditional advertising. People didn't want to see what the corporations had to say about these products. They weren't interested in those things anymore because they started to see the inauthenticity in them. They looked toward peer reviews, which is why things like Amazon became so, popular, because people were able to see what other people were saying about the products. People trust a peer more than they trust a corporation. And I think when you look at YouTube content, you're getting the news from peers. You're not getting them washed through the corporate machine. And authenticity, I think we are in, we say we are the media, we're in that era. We're in the era of authenticity. People can sniff out inauthentic content and inauthentic people very, very easily. And what we're seeing right now is a shift toward authenticity. Nobody wants the washed and polished, overly waxed, sparkly, shiny corporate narrative anymore. We want the dirty, nothing held back, no holds barred, opinions of the guy who could be your next door neighbor. And that's why you're seeing YouTube rise up the ranks like this. And yeah, they're not going to be happy. And it's only a matter of time before YouTube is number 1 on that list.
I think so. Personally, I think you're right on the money. I don't know how YouTube TV itself goes into this, but if it's 10.8% here, I think it probably does include YouTube TV on all of this. I think that people are tired of the mass-produced stuff. I did a very unscientific survey a few years back when I was trying to figure out, like with sports, do people actually care what platform those sports are on? And generally speaking, I had to try, and it had to be a diehard sports fan to have any opinion on CBS versus ESPN versus TBS or anything like that. I think this is the kind of thing where people care about the content a lot more, and Disney is really not capable of delivering that content. I also want to point out here, Paramount, the third line on there with 9.3%. Paramount is a company that, if you look at the numbers, they are not doing so hot financially, and of course just got bought out. So if we look at this as a sign of actual health of the company here, I wouldn't say that that means that Disney is doing well. It's a matter of headline chasing.
It is such fun getting to spend time together, folks, but we have come to the end of yet another video. Well, that makes the mainstream scratch their heads, pull their hair out, and wonder how is it we continue to do what we do. But you know what we do this for? It's for you. To keep bringing all the knowledge of entertainment, explaining what's going on in Hollyweird each and every day. And you can help us continue on that way by clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. Share this out on your favorite social media platforms, and we would love to have you drop a comment right on down below. Share your thoughts because, well, your thoughts truly do matter, and we mean it. As we get ready to say goodbye, we end with the common refrain. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.